Welcome back to the finale of Shadow of the Colossus, where, hey, that guy looks like he has my horse. Emon stole my horse. So the boys are back in town.
Linny, skinny lizard.
Excuse
me. Yeah, aggro. What? You betrayed.
You betrayed
Aggro!
you bastard.
How could you do this to me? Now I'm an owl.
I'm Owlman.
There was a white portal behind them in that scene.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Minecraft villagers.
Kind of random, but that platform up there,
Yeah.
this face of it, the end,
Yeah.
kind of looked like it had a little face.
It had a
on
face.
It too,
I
where-
looked
yeah.
at it. I looked at it. I saw it. I didn't say anything.
It's when we were doing the no, so it fit very well.
Everything has a face.
He's noticing the already destroyed ones, and then this one starts going, uh-oh. Yeah. I mean, I still haven't seen Chernobyl, but I'm sure there's a point in that where somebody else is kind of looking around and, uh-oh.
Yep. There's a lot of looks in Chernobyl.
A lot of good looks.
A lot of looking going on.
What a good looking show.
Oh, shit. Be awesome if those were like sunglasses. He's like, well, future's so bright.
It'd be what would really be awesome is if he pulled the mask up and it was Robert De Niro doing the taxi driver, like
You don't know. You talking to me?
it's like he's trying to lift the skin of his face 4 inches off of where it is on his skull.
Yeah. This is actually really cool.
Yeah.
You never get to see how Wander gets back to the temple.
Yeah.
But this is like, it zooms in just on his hand. So you're just led to believe that Dorman is just like elevating him up and just like drag and dropping him back where he's supposed to start off again. So we can tell him where to go.
Mm-hmm.
But even
That's
even
how
this
I
time,
imagine
like,
that it happens every time. After the tendrils hit him, this is what happens.
right.
Dorman just kind of plucks him, brings him back, and is like, all right, back at dispatch.
And then just plops him down in this little toilet bowl.
You know what would have been... It would have been different for the tone of this game, but what would have still been cool is if Emon and his guys... It started right there with that same shot, came down to here. Emon and his guys are like milling about and doing that. And then Dorman comes in. Thy next foe is... And then Wander drops down from the ceiling, and he's talking to Emon. His next foe is Wander. That would be kind of cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That I took a picture of that too.
Oh, yeah.
Good pick.
Good pick, yeah.
Good pick. Nice. Neat.
Wow, great shot.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's a new one.
Oh, and he looks so dope. I love this.
Mhm.
I wish this was like a skin that you could put on your guy.
You can.
Oh, you can? You can just run around with horns?
Yeah, if you do enough of the time trials in hard mode, you unlock, like, I think it's called Corrupted Wander is a skin.
That's
You
cool.
can just run around as him.
Who's that guy look like? He looks like fucking
Nick Nolte.
yeah, he looks
Kind
kinda
of
like a
looks like-
rugged old man.
Nick Nolte and the Hulk.
Wait,
Wait, wasn't it just Hulk? Or was it the Hulk? The Ang Lee one.
the Ang Lee was just called Hulk, I think.
I'm Nick Nolte. Come see Hulk in theaters in June.
Whenever, I don't care.
Whenever I town, who the fuck knows?
Christmas?
This comic book shit.
Is that when movies come out now?
That was my first real introduction to, like, oh, Nick Nolte.
Twit! You bastard, why you hit me here? He's like, damn it. Your weapon harms me? I don't get it. I love how they keep going back to the sword. Like, the sword is the source of power here.
It's also just good. Like, that's good movie making.
I did
Something in the foreground.
This was another picture I took where the sword was in perspective and he's like, it's dangling like that.
Yeah.
It's like the sword of Damocles. It's like, oh boy.
Damn, Damocles.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Ow. Wrong sword.
His shadow buds are just standing back like, no, bro,
What are you doing?
Why? Don't do that to him. No.
We were gonna grant him his wish, bro. And that one on the side is just like, what the fuck? You see him kind of like slinking away, like tiptoeing out of here, like, all right, peace out, I'm leaving.
Oh my god.
I have the power.
For some reason, this is completely unrelated. For some reason today, while I was reading my book, due to what was being described in the book, I started thinking about a dwarf in like full like battle armor, but he's really like intent on going somewhere on his own 2 feet. He's like really determined about what he's gonna do when he gets there. So the more determined he is, the more he leans forward as he walks. And this dwarf is so determined that he's basically walking at a 90-degree angle. And there's a specific mental image that I have of a dwarf just squat arm walking like. It's funny to me. Like I said, totally unrelated.
Beautiful image.
And has nothing to do with the tone of what's happening.
I can imagine it. I can imagine that stern-looking dwarf just almost
like
horizontal,
to tell you, lass. And
parallel with the floor, just.
For some, yeah, I'll tell you later.
I'm Nick Nolte.
Who's this girl?
What the fuck you doing here?
Get
off your ass,
you have a
lazy
permit
bones.
to be here.
Was that a good thing I did, Iman? I don't know if this was a good idea. All those shadows kind of like went inside him, and now he's got like his big ass mullet.
He's got a booty, and also,
and
like,
he has fire breath, which is dope.
Dreadlocks or like big, like a mane that kind of goes down his back.
I have become Colossus.
Yeah, so he's got like spider legs coming out of his back. He's got like feathers and a big tail and the horns and he's got really cool design.
He's got fire breath, or like a high concentrated like Godzilla beam.
Does he?
Yeah, you can use it on him.
I don't know if I've only ever gotten him to bang his fist.
Oh really? Yeah. He does. He can jump like a little bit, like he does a little hop. And then he does like a one where he just he goes. Either it's a shout or it's a breath. I think it's a breath. I'll try to get it to work here. Girl, wake up! I thought you were my chick.
I can understand why they'd have to load at that moment, but it would have been really neat if they didn't have to load, and it just seamlessly went into.
There it is. There's fire breath.
Jeez, I never was able to do this before.
That's
really cool, though.
It's the triangle. Hey, you're not supposed to grab that, all right?
Oh, you got me a trophy. Yeah, get back here, you sons of bitches. They're already out the door.
Yeah, they're already gone. And what is the?
But this is what Wander gets for his efforts.
I can't tell you how long I've like actually tried to not go in the pool. I don't want to go swimming.
Mm-hmm. I think there's a trophy attached to that too, where it's like,
oh, is it?
If you can hang on or like not get sucked into the pool for X number of seconds or something.
It's not that hard because you can actually grip onto the stairs.
Yeah,
too.
you get. Sometimes I just like to let him grip for a split second so that he can reorient, and then I let him go so that he can tumble again, only just to repeat.
Oh, perfect. Ready for this?
Oh, perfect.
I'm gonna smack him. Come on. Get him. I don't know if that got him.
I don't see him anymore. Oh, there they are. Nope, you missed.
Also, my elbow had to have gotten him.
Nope, sorry, bud. They're unfazed. Use your fire breath.
Here we go.
There's your fur breath. And they're probably out of range from it. Yeah. Cool. They moved
Such an awkward thing.
They moved at the perfect speed to get immediately out of your range.
They're so nonchalant about it too. Like, hey,
yeah, for them it's just like, oh,
hey,
I guess, yeah. Just take off.
Take my time here. How dare
He's
you?
got like stuff happening on his chest, kind of like what Malice had on his stomach, where it was like peeking through.
Mm-hmm. But he's like a ball of pure shadow, I think.
How would you feel? Because there's a lot of things coming out these days that are VR experiences.
Yeah.
How would you feel about a VR experience of Shadow of the Colossus? Of
It'd
maybe
be-
just like starting off in the shrine, being able to like walk around the shrine, and then either getting on aggro or not, and then just going to the first Colossus and fighting it.
I'd be fine with it. I think it'd be really vertigo-inducing.
Yeah,
Because
I'm sure it
you-
would be. If you're...
You'd be climbing with this, I'm sure, or like the grippy controllers of
Yep.
Oculus or whatever, the PlayStation.
Which could be cool.
Yeah, using just those triggers. They'd have to really simplify the movement stuff, but I think
It would either just be teleporting or just like the trackpad kind of movement where you just push one direction and then
right.
character moves that way. Emon do a spell. Emon half a spell.
Whoa! I was like, all right, I did it.
He's doing a mage.
Oh no! And this, what's interesting about this is that it plays the end theme from when you kill a Colossus, but the song keeps playing until you die,
Mm-hmm.
until you actually like give in.
It's a beautiful song. This sound,
Yeah,
this
the-
entire soundtrack.
The sound of the violin. Oh, no, no.
Get it! Nice hops. Oh my gosh!
I can make it. I can make it to her.
All the way to your girlfriend.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get to her.
Just watch me hop, Dorman.
I can get there.
I'm the ultimate being.
I can get there. I can just grab those birds, and I'll
I
be
mean,
okay.
can you get over to the steps on the side?
No, you cannot at
Why-
all.
why not?
There's a barrier like right up here.
Aw.
Like right here, I think is the barrier.
Yeah, it looks like you're almost hitting it. Yeah.
Yep.
You're
Every
hitting it.
time I get to that point,
You tumble. Oh man.
no. I think I took a few pictures of him like this too. I just love the story of this game, and I love the character and his development and
Yeah.
his like
Him with his
sacrifice.
horns, he looks like little Eco. That's all I'm gonna say.
He does.
Looks like little boy Eco.
And he just can't. You can struggle all
Well,
you want.
can you can hold on. You can use the grip button, and he'll grab the ground and like be pulled. Yeah, like you can do this for as long as you want. You're as many like you tumbled all that way back, but that whole time you can be gripping, and then the game will pull you off of there, and then you grip somewhere else, and it does feel like a struggle. Like
Yep.
there's no way to escape it, but you do get a good sensation of like that attempt or trying to get out of this.
And you're just left like, man. And then the whole bridge collapses while those guys leave, and you're like, oh wow, was this the sad ending? Like, I don't get. Do you get to do two
Did I have to
endings?
do something else to get like the good ending?
Was I supposed to kill the last one?
Maybe there. I could see how that might have worked in the game. If there was a good ending, bad ending thing,
Mm-hmm.
and this being the bad ending, which is still a fantastic, like narratively, a fantastic ending to the story. But maybe the good ending would be like, there's one tiny little corner of the world that you can only get into this little cave with like a tiny little statue that's like only like this big, and you have to get in there on your hands and knees or something like that. And it's another entity, and it'll be like, hey, I'm this dude.
I'm not Dorman.
I'm not Dorman.
I'm Nimrod.
Yeah, something like that. And he's like, if you bring me the pieces, if you
Oh.
bring me the pieces,
Hey, bring me the pieces.
I can't bring your girlfriend back. I'm sorry, but I can allow you to be with her again,
Oh,
or something akin to that, where he's like, I can't give you what you're looking for,
I like
but I can allow you two to be together in some way.
it. I like
Or
it.
I can help or something like that. So before you have to like secretly between Colossuses go to this little statue and be like, okay, here it is. This is for you. Don't tell Dorman. And then you have to go back to the temple and be like, yep, got him, Dorman. See the destroyed statue? Yep,
I did it.
He's dead.
I got it.
You're gonna be back and better than ever, bud. And then you could either choose like go the Dorman path, go the not Dorman path.
Nimrod.
Because Dorman's promising you what you want, but the other guy is not. So maybe that gives the player reason to doubt or to.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Framped.
Exactly.
And whatever Kingseeker Framped and whatever the other one.
Yeah,
was.
because both of those choices seem totally equivalent.
Yeah.
At least in the terms that the game tells you.
It's like, you want to keep dark or do you want to let the light in?
But they tell you either way. If you keep the light going, it's going to die out someday.
Yep.
And also, if you keep the dark going,
Light's
there's always going to be an ember that's going to spark up and become a new fire. So you're like, well, then fucking... Why?
Can I just choose to walk away?
I'm just choose to just hang out.
Yeah, can I just hang out here with you
I'm just going to not make the choice. I'm going to not fight Nishandra. See ya. I'm going to go hang out and... I don't know. I guess you'd probably want to choose the forest of fallen giants.
Oh, this was such a good like part of the thing. Like, Agro! No
Best-
way!
There's the top 10 anime betrayals of all time.
Yep.
Then there's the top 10 anime comebacks of all time, and this is number 1.
This is number 1.
Her lame little leg. But I think her leg is going to be fine.
I think she'll be good.
Isn't it later? Like when they get into the garden? Like really near the end of that video, she actually like puts her weight back down on that leg or something. That might happen.
I think so. I mean, the fruits in the garden up there, you know, they have different properties. So like the fruit in this game makes you stronger. The lizard tails make you...
Even without it, I feel like there's a just general like rejuvenation of this place now that this thing has happened. That the spell, etc., with Wander. Because at the end, at that cutscene, that you see like a deer and other stuff that you don't see anywhere else in the game.
Squirrels, birds, deer.
And it just feels like there's a rejuvenation of life or some like...
Because that's what Iman's like, his final thought is like, if there is life to be lived in this forgotten land, I hope you find it or something.
Let's Shadow the Colossus.
We did Shadow of the Colossus.
That's it.
Produced in the state of Texas.
Howdy.
You remember the Alamo?
Everything's bigger in Texas. Can you say Adobe?
Adobe. Can you say
Can
garden?
Can you say Keiichi Kitahara? Can you say Seiji Kaito? Furukawa?
Ryu Sogabe?
Rio Sogabe?
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 Ryu Sogabe?
That's how she'd say it.
That's a very Americanized.
Matsumoto?
Matsumoto?
Are you here to stay with the Matsumoto party?
Makoto Amase?
Look, is she calling roll at like a hotel, like gathering of some kind?
Yep.
She's like, all right, thank you for coming.
I could see that happening, like Japanese tourists coming to the Alamo, like, do we have the
everybody here for the
Takamoto
330
party?
tour of the Alamo?
The Ichikawas?
Tour. The 330 tour. No, that's more like
Sumi Ono.
I don't know.
Oh no, Sumi. Fumito.
Good one. Good one. Oh no, Sumi.
Sumi. Oh no.
Tetsuro. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
I did it. Off topic, but one of these names remind me of it. Have you seen the Tenchi Muyo movie?
What is Tenchi Muyo again?
Oh, how dare you!
I'm sorry.
You slapped me in the face
It
with your
sounds
ignorance
familiar.
of
What is
anime.
it again?
It was an anime that was on.
Is that the one where like
Toonami,
all the girls were like buying for him or something like that?
Yeah, where it's like half action, half slice of life with romance kind of stuff.
Yep.
Where there's like the blue hair
Does he turn
chick
Super
from outer
Saiyan?
space. No, he just has like a sword, like a spirit sword or something like that. Like
I remember it.
yeah, but
I forgot the name, but yeah.
I never watched too much of it as a kid, but I randomly like found the DVD of the movie and it looked cool, and then I bought it and watched it, and it was cool.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Maybe you guys would enjoy it. I don't know. He's less Nick Nolte right there.
He looks like our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Our Lord and Savior. Isn't that right, Gideon? What would Gideon sound like?
Yuck.
Yuck.
A yuck goof.
So he's
Goofy.
So he's the goofy version of what's his name from 30 Rock and a bunch of other stuff. Jack McBrayer.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yuck, Goofy.
Goofy. Oh, no.
Oh no, Goofy.
Goofy.
You can't talk like that, brother. You know that God wants us to be kind to everybody.
Oh, Gideon.
Oh, Gideon?
I'm going to punch the government.
It'll,
John McConaughey.
It'll only take one, Gideon.
Gideon,
One and done.
you better be the security force.
You better control your security forces, Gideon. Nobody knows what the fuck we're talking about right now.
Nope.
It's all just blabber. You'll probably find out soon enough.
Oh, look at that.
Baby.
Dude, that's a weird baby.
That's the sound a baby makes.
Oh, boo-hoo. I'm a baby. I've never been so baby. I don't know where I am.
Agro's like, fuck this, dude.
This is just weird. I'm out of here.
Yep. Peace out, dude.
Alexander Shaglamachech.
Shagalamachek.
I don't know what that name was. I barely saw it.
Oh, dude, there's
for a moment.
Greg Yip.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, if I knew that.
Is your name Greg? Yep.
If that's my name and you ask me that question, that's the answer you're gonna get. This is just
Mary Yee.
Yep.
Yep.
Mary Yee.
Eric McCall. That sounds like an old bounty.
Eric McCall. Kelsey Anderson. Al DeLeon. I like that name.
Al DeLeon. My name is Albert DeLeon.
Al DeLeon, from a certain point of view.
Alderon.
Sid Schumann.
I like
Richard Imperial. Holy
Ooh.
shit.
Rich.
You know what that...
Dick Imperial?
Dick Imperial. Well, what about
The
Dick Metric?
Dick Imperial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elliot Peach.
This is
Passat?
maybe this is just like us. Like, I know that me and Eric do this all the time,
Victor Lee.
and obviously you do it too, where you just look at the names and the credits and read them aloud to each other, and then it's somehow funny. I don't know if other people really do that, but almost any movie that Eric and I watch together, we sit and just watch the credits, and we're just like, oh, this name.
And Duncan Rogoff.
Duncan Rogoff. I saw that as you said it.
Kellyanne Hosokawa.
Gotta get your Rogoff.
Hedgedorn.
It's a long and slender steel pole, which doesn't have to be exactly the right size. It just needs to fit.
Just needs to fit. There's animals.
I
You know what we're going to talk about today?
I thought you meant
Aminals.
in the credits. I thought it would just say animals.
Aminals.
Look, there's animals. They're credited.
The deer's like, I was dormant the whole time.
The deer was talking through the hole at the top, and it was amplifying its voice. My next foe is. Then it turns and it's like, we're checking up so bad.
Thumper. Flower.
There's Sanskrit.
And watch Akro just
Yeah.
boot the deer out of there. There's
Yes,
those pigeons
sniff
in
the
back.
baby.
Are we gonna eat it?
This is also kind of reminds me of like The Lion King, where they're all gathered in such a way, like around this new child, this new life form.
Here it is. The hawk gets to play the piano out of here.
You can't see this right now, but I'm saluting the hawk, because the hawk is what brought us into this beautiful world, and this is what's leading us out.
And the hawk actually has been following us throughout the whole game too. Whenever we drive away, It'd be like, hey, where you going? Where you going?
Drive away.
You better not be doing what I think you're doing.
Well, I mean, there's more than one hawk.
There is, but this could be the same
Because you can
one.
see one being on screen, and then the other one will also be on the screen.
Yeah.
But
this one, I think, was at the beginning.
This is the one that was at the beginning, who came to the Forbidden Lands. He's like the narrator who doesn't speak.
Yep.
He joins us at the beginning of the story, is around for the events of the story.
Yep.
And then fucks off afterwards.
That's so true. So true.
So true.
He was Dorman the whole time.
Vijaya Sundarmurthy.
Okay.
I'm not sure I read that correctly, but
I don't like this font.
this software uses fonts by Fontsware Inc.
Oodle.
Uses a little.
Use oodle.
Ooh, Electronic Arts. That's weird.
Yeah, that's right. Whoa.
This is how it began.
What if the moon had like Wander's face on it?
Yeah, and you see what I mean? How like the beginning of the game starts like this, starts at night.
Yep.
We go into the Forbidden Lands, and the entire time you're in the Forbidden Lands, except for the Malice fight, it's at least daytime.
Yeah, it's like afternoon.
It's not like bright and sunny, but the sun's up in the sky, and then end of the game, you get to the rainstorm,
Mhm.
and then it goes back to night. So maybe, but then once Iman and the guys are like crossing the bridge, it's still daytime. Maybe like more sunset, maybe a little bit.
Maybe.
But the sun is still up above the horizon. But then we go with this falcon up to a different place where there's still moon and stars. So think about this, maybe in like a little kind of like semicircle or like dome around the Forbidden Lands is like a dome of like preternatural day, or just a kind of just general sphere of like time doesn't move.
I think that's
It's
why
in one state, and the world just kind of exists as it is within the Forbidden Lands.
that's why that portal was there. Maybe that portal was like a source of like unnatural light throughout the whole thing, and
And-
it just is like localized over the Forbidden Land.
Yeah, and maybe that portal is like some kind of access between whatever sphere or realm this is within and the rest of the world outside
Mhm.
of it, or to another part of like heaven or whatever exists in this world. Press X. See what.
I got you another trophy too. I don't know if you noticed.
What was it?
Last Man Standing.
I don't even know what that is.
Neither do I.
And we're back at the beginning. This is
Ah! Well, that was Shadow of the Colossus. I love this game. It's one of my
Mhm.
like top 5 favorite games of all time. Just because it's so a simple mechanic, an interesting story, interesting world.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have like combat, which is weird. It's just like you jump and you grab and you stab. I mean, talk about a good Friday night.
I'm not going to be this guy, but I am also at the same time. It's kind of the original Dark Souls.
Oh,
Where,
yeah.
like-
yeah.
People like Eric, like for him, when we talked to him about like, have you ever played this, or would you think about playing this, etc. I can totally see from his perspective why this would be a game that a lot of general people who aren't what would call themselves gamers probably wouldn't want to play. They might enjoy watching it, but they don't want to play it because it's just a series of boss fights.
Yep.
And that can seem really daunting, where those are specific obstacles that are placed in front of you
Mhm.
for you to conquer in a certain way. And to bring it back to Dark Souls, like I've been starting to play Sekiro more, and like Dark
Oh,
Souls,
good.
Bloodborne, all those games, it's second to second and minute to minute obstacles being put right in your path that you need to find a way to. You have to learn how to get around it.
Each boss is a puzzle.
Each enemy is a puzzle, and that's what this game is. Shadow of the Colossus. Every single boss, yeah, there's a puzzle to either how to get to him, how to fight him, what to do with that like environment. There's a lot to it, and for a lot of people, it probably is kind of daunting. Like, not only is it a puzzle, but I actually have to climb all the way up this giant thing and then stab it like a bunch of times. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it sounds exhausting, and
No, I can get that.
I like
relation.
that. It's like the David versus Goliath thing. Like,
Yep.
your foe within the game, the fictional game, is very big, but for the general person, the idea of defeating 16 of these things in this way of having to climb all over their giant bodies, stabbing them in certain places. That's also a very big, gargantuan task.
Yep.
You know,
It's cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep playing this game until I die. It's like one of the best games to come back to after a while. Like, oh, I missed it. I'm just gonna play it again. Even like doing the trials, beating your best time, getting all those cool like items,
unlocking new things, experiencing
the
the
fucking
game
thunder harpoon,
in slightly new
You
ways,
just chuck harpoons
or
at
totally
'em.
different ways. Yeah,
You can like make up your own like ways to kill them. Like you can just keep throwing harpoons, or like summoning the
I have arrows on this that we never switched
exploding
to.
arrows.
I have the exploding
the
arrows,
whistle
yeah,
arrows,
that we just never.
the queen sword,
Oh yeah,
the shadow sword that you can get.
there's
from,
a
like
secret.
collecting all the
It's Dorman.
70?
No, yeah, it's Dorman's sword.
Dorman sword. It's like a shadow sword, or it's like it has that shadow effect on it.
The room that it's in is really cool looking.
It's a shrine underneath, the
And
main
it's
temple.
in a spot where like this game has a very, very strong community of people who really closely follow it, who for years past when it originally came out stuck with the game and were like, there's more secrets in here. I know that there's more secrets in here, because that's what kind of game this is. There's always something a little bit more underneath the surface to find, whether it's the themes or anything in this game. So there was people that were like,
They wanted more. They wanted more out of it.
we know that there's more, and there's got to be more, because we love this game so much. There's got to be more out there. Like,
Yep.
And then I think the developers of the remake kind of paid attention to that, obviously, and then put in where that new secret sword is. It's in a spot the community for years has been like, if there is something, it's probably here. We haven't found any evidence, but this seems the most likely, as how they laid out the geography, and there's symbols on this wall or this door that seem to connect with all these different things that are also spread out across the map. So if there was going to be something, it seems like it'd be here, but there's not anything here, sadly, until this one where it's like, oh shit.
And like all the different like 70 different medallions or gold pieces, like they're all localized in like spots that are like designated like interesting spots to go like find them. So you can really spend your whole like time playing this game just like running around the world, just getting to know it, and then stumble across some interesting stuff. But we'll leave it with the flying hawk.
Yeah, this is a really cool idle screen. It really gives you a good chance to look at this beautiful world that they've created.
The architecture, I'm just gonna go back to the first episode we did for this session, was like the architecture is so dope.
I like the natural right there, that area with the waterfalls over there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's my favorite. Standing on this little land bridge and going around the perimeter of this place and just looking at different angles of it. Oh, I love it.
That is cool. I do love it.
To find a place like that in nature would be really cool to spend some time in.
We're gonna just sit here and watch this, and we'll see you guys later. Hope you guys enjoyed the finale, and goodbye.
Goodbye.